Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. Now, the quarterfinals is shaping up in terms of the Euros. It has been nothing but exhilarating games, and yesterday had to be the most exciting one so far. I know I say that about all games, but this one, it was priceless. From missed penalties to tears on the pitch to deadlocks in terms of breaking through on who was going to actually win the game. But all in all, my prediction was correct. So if you haven't checked out my previous video, please make sure you do. I did predict right on point in terms of the games that were played yesterday, and I have to say I'm actually surprised. These were the first games. No, yesterday we had the first game that actually went for penalties, and there's some teams that are just cruising on other teams on goals, and I don't blame them. Hey, a goal is a goal at the end of the day. And in terms of the goalkeepers, in terms of the match, in terms of the second match, I mean, there were two matches played yesterday, France versus Belgium, and we had Portugal versus Slovenia. But my favorite had to be Portugal versus Slovenia. I mean, this one was unmatched in terms of everything that happened in the game. But all in all, I had a good time. I am really glad the Euros are here. But we have our quarterfinalists, and we have the last games that will be played today. That will determine the last two teams that will qualify for the quarterfinals. We have our first 16s, and it was one for the books. So if you're new, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Now, yesterday was France versus Belgium, and we had Portugal versus Slovenia. For me, I'll start with Portugal versus Slovenia. Now, in terms of Portugal, well, I predicted Portugal would win the game, and rightfully so. They did, but they actually won this game. They had to go for penalties. So throughout the first half, it was impossible for either of the teams to score. And in terms of the second half, same thing. No team was having goals. Yes, the possession was there, the attempt shots were there, but it was just not happening. So in terms of the extra time, yes, they actually had to go for extra time. And just before the halftime of extra time, we had one Ronaldo. Now, this was the moment that I've seen the memes all over the internet, and rightfully so. I mean, Ronaldo, of course, he's the penalty taker for Portugal. Yeah, and I think this game made it clear for him. Yes, he even had put it out. This will be his last Euros, and I'm gonna miss Ronaldo. Yeah, he has been there for a while, but yeah, he's getting old. Let's agree. I mean, even the way he took the penalty just before halftime of the extra time, yeah, give accolades to Jan Black and the goalkeepers in this game, even in terms of Diogo Costa for Portugal, they just had a field day in this game. So as Jan Black blocked the penalty, I mean, I think this really got to Ronaldo. It broke him. He was crying. He was unconsolable, and rightfully so. I mean, this is a major competition, a major tournament. He is a goat. He is a goat. Yeah, whether you want to argue, go argue with your keyboard, go argue with whoever you want. But Ronaldo, we cannot deny what he has done for the football world and his achievements. So, in terms of Ronaldo missing these penalties, it got to him, but he had to go back. You know, it was just the first half of extra time, and he had to go back. And yeah, he had his teammates consoling him. He had to go back. But then again, as they went in terms of the extra time of the second half, there was still no goals. So he had to go for penalties, and this was where the match just got interesting. I mean, in terms of the penalties, of course, Slovenia took their first penalty, and Costa, of course, he blocked it, and the second penalty, he blocked it, and the third penalty, he blocked it, allowing Portugal to win through penalties with a 3-0 win. It is what it is. In terms of man of the match, it went to Diogo Costa, and he rightfully deserved it. I mean, blocking those penalties, the pressure, everything, and of course, Ronaldo, as he missed his penalty, he took a penalty to rectify, to redeem himself, and this one went in. But then again, yeah, we have to agree, he's getting old. Yeah, he's getting old. As much as we want to accept it, he is, and very soon he will be retiring, perhaps sooner rather than later. But in terms of the Euros, he said that, of course, he was disappointed with the penalty, but then again, this will be his last Euro. So I'm gonna enjoy it while I still can, and I am glad I'm here to witness it. Ronaldo's last Euros. So I was in terms of the Portugal game. In terms of France versus Belgium, this game was just funny, yeah. Just the same way, okay, the Belgium versus France game was played first, but Just the same way that Portugal and Slovenia were not able to get through to the goals. This was the same way that this was the same way that France and Belgium had a field day on the pitch. Now, in terms of the attempted shots by the 70th minute, I mean, France had 16 attempted shots and Belgium had 3. But in terms of the attempted shots by the 70th minute, you would tell that France had a high chance of winning this game. I predicted that France would win this game. If you don't believe it, watch my previous videos. You will actually see for yourself. Now, in the 85th minute, we had an own goal by Vertonghen, but the assist was by the one, the only N'Golo Kante. What a gem. I mean, I don't know what to like about the guy. He's just, yeah, he's everything. Yeah, he's chill. So, in terms of the France versus Belgium game, we had an own goal by Vertonghen and assist by Kante, and this was all it took. This was all it took for France to qualify. So now France will be facing Portugal, and they meet again. Now Mbappe, of course, we know he admired Ronaldo. We know his story. If you don't, yeah, check it out. It's probably on Google somewhere. But Ronaldo will be facing Mbappe once again. They meet again, and this time for the quarterfinals. And this time the quarterfinals are hot. Yo, I cannot wait to see who qualifies today. Of course, today we'll be having Romania versus Netherlands, and we'll be having Austria versus Turkey. That was what happened in terms of the Euros. Now, from the penalties, from the tears, from people, from the after press conference. I mean, De Bruyne he was asked a question, and he just said thank you, and he left, and he said, "What a stupid question." So, from the stupid questions asked, I mean, it has just been one for the books, and I am excited to be here to witness it, and I cannot wait to see how it actually ends up. Who do you think will qualify for the semis and eventually for the final, and who will carry the title? So, if you're new, once again, please like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you in my next video.